Imagine waking up every day feeling like you're doing everything right, but your blood sugar still isn't cooperating. You cut the sweets. You follow your medications, but your glucose levels stay stuck or bounce around unpredictably. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. And for many seniors, it feels like no matter what they do, the numbers never really improve. That's exactly what happened to my father, a retired postal worker from Ohio. He followed every rule the doctor gave him. He walked daily. He watched his portions. He even gave up his favorite pancakes on Sundays. But his A1C still hovered near dangerous levels. He was scared. And as a doctor, I was scared for him. But what surprised me the most was what finally helped him. It wasn't a new medication. It wasn't an expensive supplement. It was a single humble Ayurvedic seed used for generations in Indian households, and now increasingly being studied by scientists in the US. That seed was fenugreek. But before we dive into what it did for my father, I want to pause here for just a moment. If you're watching this, chances are you or someone you love is struggling with blood sugar, and you're probably tired of trial and error. Let me tell you, this channel, Health Sync, is here for you. We break down science. We uncover truths buried behind big pharma marketing, and we offer natural, safe, and proven tools that work especially for those of us over 60. So please, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below if you've been on your own journey with blood sugar. Now let's talk about what happened with fenugreek. We started small. Each morning, my father soaked 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds in a glass of water overnight. In the morning, he drank the water and chewed the softened seeds. That's it. No changes to his medications. No new diet. Just that. Within 3 weeks, something shifted. His fasting blood sugar dropped from 145 to 112. His post-meal spikes became less dramatic. And most importantly, his energy came back. Now I know what you might be thinking. Could that really be possible? Is there science behind this? The answer is yes. Fenugreek contains compounds called galactomannan and 4-hydroxysolacine. These help slow carbohydrate absorption and improve insulin sensitivity. In a 2017 study published in the International Journal for Vitamin and Nutrition Research, patients with type 2 diabetes who consume fenugreek daily saw statistically significant reductions in fasting blood, glucose, and A1C levels. But the power of fenugreek isn't just in its nutrients, it's in how it works with the body's rhythm. It supports digestion, it stabilizes blood sugar naturally, and it has almost no side effects when taken in the right amount. Now let's pause for a second. If you're already on medication, can you still try this? Yes, but with caution. Always talk to your doctor. Fenugreek can lower blood sugar, so if you're on insulin or sulfonylureas, you'll need to monitor closely to avoid hypoglycemia. My father's doctor actually reduced his medication after a month of fenugreek. Not eliminated, but reduced. And that, for him, was a huge win. Now let me tell you about Martha. She's 68 and lives in Pennsylvania. She joined one of our online support groups last year. Her biggest struggle? Late-night sugar spikes. Every morning, she'd wake up with high fasting glucose, even though she didn't eat much the night before. We tried something new with her, a mix of fenugreek and cinnamon. She soaked both overnight, brewed a tea from it in the morning, and sipped it warm. Within a month, her fasting glucose dropped 18 points, and she started sleeping better. See, cinnamon, especially Ceylon cinnamon, works synergistically with fenugreek. It helps the cells respond better to insulin. Together, they create a stable blood sugar pattern that lasts all day. Now, I want to make something very clear. No herb is magic on its own, but when combined with lifestyle changes, like movement, hydration, and stress management, the results can be extraordinary. That's what happened with my father. That's what happened with Martha. And that can happen for you. In part 2 of this video, we're going to cover the second Ayurvedic remedy, a leaf used by 90-year-old yogis in Kerala that's now gaining attention in Harvard metabolic studies. You don't want to miss that, because it's not turmeric, it's not moringa, it's something far less known, but deeply powerful. But before we continue, I want to ask, are you finding this helpful so far? Please let us know in the comments. Your stories help others watching. They remind someone they're not alone. And it helps us grow this channel, one senior at a time. Now take a deep breath and get ready, because part 2 dives even deeper into ancient wisdom, proven by modern science. See you in the next section. In part 1, we uncovered how a humble seed, fenugreek, helped my father and Martha from Pennsylvania lower their blood sugar levels, safely, naturally, and effectively. Now let's talk about a powerful Ayurvedic leaf most Americans have never even heard of. It's called insulin plant. Botanical name, Costus igneus. Yes, the name sounds almost made up, but this leaf has been used for centuries in South India by traditional healers to support blood sugar balance. And now, it's finally catching the attention of Western researchers. Here's why. When consumed regularly, often by chewing just one fresh leaf a day, the insulin plant has shown remarkable blood glucose lowering properties, but you don't need to live in Kerala to benefit from it. Today, insulin plant capsules and powders are available in the US through trusted herbal pharmacies, but more on that shortly. Let me tell you about Tom. He's 74, retired teacher from Arizona. Tom was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 5 years ago. He hated needles. He hated pills. But he followed his doctor's plan: metformin, some exercise, and a low-sugar diet. And still, his blood sugar hovered around 160 fasting. He emailed our team after watching one of our videos, and we started him on a simple protocol: one capsule of dried insulin plant extract with breakfast, and one 20-minute walk afterward. That was it. After 28 days, his fasting glucose dropped to 122. His post-meal spikes flattened by over 30 points. He felt more energized. No crashes, no jitteriness. And what he said next shocked me. "I feel like I'm finally winning again." You see, for so many seniors, diabetes feels like a constant battle they're slowly losing. And that emotional toll, it wears on the heart, the spirit, and the confidence. But when nature offers us a safe, simple way to take control again, even just a little, the emotional shift is just as powerful as the physical one. Now let's talk science. In a 2010 study published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition, insulin plant leaves demonstrated significant hypoglycemic activity in diabetic rats, reducing blood sugar levels comparable to modern medication. Further research out of Thailand and Malaysia confirmed this effect in human trials, showing improved glycemic control after just 4 weeks of supplementation. So how does it work? Researchers believe the leaf contains corosolic acid and other flavonoids that stimulate glucose uptake by cells, making insulin more effective. It also helps the pancreas release insulin more efficiently, which is critical for those with beta cell fatigue. But unlike synthetic drugs, the insulin plant works gently. No sudden sugar drops, no energy crashes, and no digestive issues. It supports, not forces, your body back into balance. Now, before you rush out to buy a capsule, here are 2 things you must know. First, always choose organic, lab-tested sources. Some cheap capsules are contaminated or underdosed. Second, and this is important, start slow. Half the recommended dose for 3 to 4 days, then increase if your body responds well. Why? Because just like fenugreek, this leaf actually works, and if you're on medication, your sugar could drop quickly, which is good, but only when managed safely with your doctor. Okay, now let's talk about the third Ayurvedic remedy. This one is not a herb, not a spice, but a mineral. And it's shockingly missing from most senior diets in the US. It's called Shilajit. Yes, the name sounds strange, but let me explain. Shilajit is a sticky black resin that oozes from the rocks in the Himalayas during summer. For centuries, Ayurvedic medicine has revered it as a rejuvenator, a rasayana, especially for metabolic health. But is there actual science behind this? Yes. Modern studies from India and Russia have shown that Shilajit helps improve insulin sensitivity, lowers blood lipids, and even boosts mitochondrial energy production. In simple terms, it helps your cells absorb and use sugar more efficiently. Now, I want to be clear, we're not recommending raw Shilajit from a rock. That would be dangerous. Instead, we're talking about purified, processed resin available in capsule or tar form from GMP-certified brands. Let me introduce you to Susan. She's 69, a retired nurse from New Jersey. She tried Shilajit for energy, not blood sugar. But within 2 weeks, her afternoon sugar dips were gone. Her 3 p.m. crashes, gone. Her joint pain, reduced. Turns out, Shilajit also has powerful anti-inflammatory properties, and inflammation is one of the root drivers of insulin resistance. Here's what makes it special. Shilajit contains fulvic acid, a compound that helps shuttle nutrients into cells. Think of it like a delivery truck that makes your insulin job easier. When combined with fenugreek and insulin plant, it creates a trifecta, a powerful Ayurvedic synergy that helps manage type 2 diabetes naturally. Now let's be honest, most doctors in the US won't mention Shilajit. It's unfamiliar to them. They weren't trained in Ayurvedic principles. But that doesn't mean the science isn't there. That's why channels like HealthSync exist, to bridge the ancient and the modern, to bring you what's working globally, not just what's approved by one system. So if you're watching this thinking, can I really try these? The answer is yes, carefully and with guidance. And never stop your medication without your doctor's approval. Remember, our goal is not to replace modern medicine. It's to work with it, to use nature's tools to strengthen your foundation, to reduce your dependence, to regain your balance. In part 3, we'll give you a simple 7-day blood sugar balancing routine using these Ayurvedic remedies. You'll learn how to combine food, timing, and herbs into one daily plan that works, especially for seniors. No complicated recipes, no hard-to-find ingredients, just simple steps you can start tomorrow. We'll also answer the most common questions seniors ask about these herbs, including side effects, dosage, and what time of day to take them. So stay tuned. You've come this far. Let's finish strong together. If you've been with us through parts 1 and 2, you now know how fenugreek, the insulin plant, and Shilajit can work together to support stable blood sugar in seniors. But the question we hear most is, how do I actually use these herbs in my daily life? That's exactly what we'll cover now. Let me walk you through a simple 7-day blood sugar balancing routine designed specifically for seniors. It's gentle, practical, and backed by both tradition and science. Let's begin with your morning. Wake up. Don't rush. Start with a glass of lukewarm water with a pinch of cinnamon and a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Why? Cinnamon helps improve insulin sensitivity. Apple cider vinegar helps reduce post-meal sugar spikes. Now wait 10 to 15 minutes. Then, take 1 capsule of fenugreek seed extract or chew 10 to 15 soaked fenugreek seeds if using whole form. Follow this with a light breakfast. Avoid refined carbs. Instead, go for oats, boiled eggs, or plain Greek yogurt with a few almonds. Now, here's the key part. After breakfast, take a 10-minute slow walk around your house, your garden, or even just pacing indoors. Movement right after eating helps shuttle glucose into your muscles, reducing sugar spikes. Next, Around 11 a.m., take your insulin plant. If you have access to fresh leaves, chew one. If you're using a supplement, take one capsule with a glass of water. Now the afternoon, lunch should be protein-rich. Think grilled chicken, lentils, or a tofu salad. Avoid sugary drinks. Sip on water or unsweetened herbal tea. At 3 p.m., take a small piece of dark chocolate, 85% cocoa, if you crave sweets. It satisfies cravings and contains polyphenols that help with glucose balance. Around 4 p.m., you can take Shilajit. Start small, about a pea-sized amount of purified Shilajit resin dissolved in warm water. If you're using capsules, follow the brand's dose, usually 250 milligrams. Now let's talk about dinner. Keep it early. By 6:30 p.m. if possible. Avoid heavy carbs at night. Instead, go for soup, steamed veggies, or a piece of baked salmon with greens. No bread, no rice. Keep it light. Why? Because blood sugar control at night helps prevent morning spikes, something common in seniors with insulin resistance. Now here's a powerful bedtime habit. Before sleep, drink a warm herbal tea, chamomile, cinnamon, or fenugreek tea. This calms your nervous system and supports overnight glucose balance. And one more tip, sleep on your left side. Why? Because it helps digestion and liver function, two organs that play a major role in glucose regulation. This simple 7-day routine isn't magic, but it creates a rhythm. And when followed consistently, it starts shifting your body toward better balance. Let's recap the key timing. Morning, cinnamon water, fenugreek, walk late morning, insulin plant. Afternoon, balanced meal, optional dark chocolate, Shilajit. Evening, light dinner, herbal tea, sleep routine. Now you might be wondering, are there any side effects? Let's address that. Fenugreek can cause a slight maple syrup smell in urine or sweat. This is harmless. If you're on blood thinners, consult your doctor before starting fenugreek or Shilajit. Insulin plant is generally safe, but again, monitor your sugar. If you feel dizzy or weak, reduce dosage and talk to your provider. Now here are a few common questions we've received from our viewers. Q1, can I use all three remedies together? Yes. When taken in moderate amounts and at different times, as shown in our routine, they can work synergistically. Q2, how long before I see results? Most people report changes in 2 to 4 weeks, but remember it depends on your overall lifestyle, diet, stress levels, and medications. Q3, can I take them with my existing medications? Yes, but monitor your blood sugar daily, especially in the first 10 days. You may need dosage adjustments. Always inform your doctor. Q4, where can I find quality herbs? Look for US-based brands that are GMP certified, offer third-party lab testing, and have clear dosage instructions. You can also check our video description. We've included links to trusted sources. Now let's talk about your mindset. Blood sugar management is not just about food or pills. It's about consistency. Your body wants to heal. It wants to come back to balance. But you must give it the tools and the time. You don't need to do everything perfectly. Just start small. Start with cinnamon water. Add fenugreek. Then the next week, add the insulin plant. And once you're ready, bring in Shilajit. This layered approach makes it easy to sustain, and that's how real change happens. Let me leave you with this story. George, a 68-year-old from Illinois, wrote to us after 90 days on this routine. He said, "My blood sugar dropped from 175 to 108, but more than that, I feel alive again. I can walk farther, sleep better, and for the first time in years, I don't feel like a patient. I feel like a person." That's the power of nature, and that's the heart of HealthSync. We don't just talk about symptoms, We empower you with simple, science-backed, and soul-aligned solutions designed for your age, your needs, your journey. So if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Because when one senior heals, the whole community grows stronger. Stay well, and we'll see you in the next video.